Hi, this is Joe, your chief geek from Ancient Text Research. I want to take you through a quick tutorial that explains some of the basic features associated with our search content that you see up here in the upper left of the main star panel. This actually is one of our greatest discriminators of the star product in that you can select between multiple documents from which to search. In fact, as far as I know, we're the only ones that actually have the ability to search the Leningrad Codex. Now, if you were to have purchased the commercial version, you'd notice you can actually import any document that's provided electronically. But as we receive some of those documents from that side of the house, we'll certainly look to add them to this version without charging you an upgrade fee. This is just part of your purchase of the version 1 series software. And we are open to other consumer users that find documents and want them added. We're agnostic when it comes to documents that this tool can search. We are dogmatic, though, about the mathematics because, as you know, this tool was written to vet the findings in the Chamberlain key and to cull out things that truly are not phenomenal and highlight those things which are. So the mathematics need to be as pure as possible, but we are willing to search just about any document. You'll notice that the selections are primarily Hebrew documents. There are some English, and again, this was the original task to vet the Chamberlain key, in which we needed to check the original received text, which is we call it the traditional Tanakh, also known as the Jerusalem Bible, the Leningrad Codex. I'll talk about this randomized version of the Leningrad Codex, and you can search the NIV, and we're working on getting a King James version in here as well as the War and Peace. So to the right of your selection, you'll see the statistics. Very important because these numbers can be checked online to ensure that that document matches exactly what it should be, character for character. Likewise, we show the unique characters of the document as it's imported into the system. So this document, as you would expect, should have just the 22 Hebrew consonants. No diacritical markings, no vowels. Everything's been normalized, no finals. You should get exactly 22 characters. You'll see that as well with the Leningrad Codex. Now, I'm going to show you how I typically do a quick little search. Here's one that I have to do often. It's the Timotheus key. I just recall it from my list here. We'll do another video on saving and recalling queries. Now it's acting funny because of the video recording, but it will work fine on your system. So here it is. Here's the term we're going to search. I think I've shown this before in a previous video, but you can actually look at the character definitions of the term that we're going to search. The 9 letters of the Timotheus key: Tet, Yod, Mem, Vav, Tav, Yod, Aleph, Vav, Samech. Right. This is for the Hebrew newbies like myself. We had to add these things to help us along with Hebrew because it's not our native tongue. Another very important component of this frame here is the ability to look at the character statistics for the entire document. And this is information that you can compare online with the exact number of occurrences of these letters that should be in that particular text. Alright, so you have that there, and we're going to do a quick search, and you're going to see the results here. And there it is. There's where this shows up, and by hovering you'll see Genesis 30:20. The concepts of this pane are covered in another tutorial, so I'm going to move on, but I want you to just notice where this lines up at the 14th column of this matrix, because as we switch to a different document, now I'm going to the Leningrad Codex. It takes a few seconds for this to reload, but you can switch to the new document. It has different statistics. You can look at the character statistics as well, but we're going to do the same search against a different document. The search button, very quick. Go to the results, and now look. It's still there because it's a very pure section of the text, but it's lined up nearly in the center. I don't know if the author of the book realized this, but we certainly did. There's much more symmetry from this key within the Leningrad Codex. It's almost as if something should be right here. So let's go back, search another document. Oh, before we move on to this, I want to show where this document actually came from. This document came directly from this website, www.tanakh.us. We mentioned this in the user's manual, but you can certainly go there. This is where we got the electronic version of this document. It was put together by the Grove Center. Great people, great thing they've done. And you can go to this site and verify all the character counts and inspect the code. In addition, you can see in the documents pane how we pair each document with an English equivalent. For the Leningrad Codex, we paired it with the NIV. Okay, and you can switch between books here. This tutorial isn't to cover this section. This capability, we'll do that in another tutorial. So you can also search on English. In fact, we could have searched on English without even selecting the NIV. I'll leave that to another tutorial. But let's actually do the search on a completely randomized version of the Leningrad Codex. And what this is it's almost identical in the number of characters. It's identical in the number of characters and nearly identical in the distribution of the characters of the Leningrad Codex. But the characters are completely randomized as to where they occur. And this was just a great double check to see if our statistics matched up by having a really random set of random document to test some of these queries. Because if a search term shows up in one document, it says it's really rare. Well, is it? You know, would we find it also a number of times in a randomized version of that document? So this is why this is such a great tool. It's provided by a guy named Phil, and we thank him for providing it. So let's actually search the Timotheus key. You know, it shouldn't find it. No, it's not going to find it. And you can even open it up. You know, you could go 1 to 1,000, do a search, and it's a good test. You know, but if that Timotheus key is found by really opening this thing up in a randomized version, then our stats are probably well, it's probably not that rare of a find, meaning it would be likely just based on random distribution of letters. So you can use this to do tests as you find keys in your own searches as a sanity check. So hope this helps. Just let us know by email if you need a particular video on any of the other features of STAR. We're all in this together. So until next time, Godspeed from your Chief Geek at Ancient Text Research.